You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
Let's discover hardcover month, but this enough so you can know what's up in the hood.
I'm so anti-Chirac. I'm so anti-Chirac. I'm so anti-Chirac. I'm so anti-Chirac.
Especially violent couple of days in Chicago.
A disturbing crime wave. Dozens of people have been shot in the last week.
He had been home from Afghanistan for 5 months before he was gunned down in what appears to be a case of mistaken identity.
Last year, there were more murders here than in any other city in the United States.
And that is more than all the U.S. troops killed in Afghanistan this year.
Urban Dictionary definition of Chirac is a word to describe Chicago as being the most violent in the United States.
I'm so anti-Chirac. I'm so anti-Chirac. I'm so anti-Chirac. I'm so anti-Chirac.
Over the past couple of years, Chicago had made a name for itself. We had gained the reputation of being the most violent city in the United States. In 2012, the FBI recorded 507 murders in Chicago, making it the murder capital of the United States. The murder rate in Iraq one year was less than Chicago. In the midst of the Chicago rising violence, drill music emerged as the defining sound of hip-hop in Chicago. Drill music gained nationwide exposure through local artists, for example, King Louie and Chief Keef. Drill music was characterized by violent storytelling and soon gained the attention of major record labels as well as the local law enforcement. The term Chirac evolved through music that was created by local artists.
I mean, of course, you know, it came from the comparison of Iraq to Chicago, so that's how it came about.
The Chicago Police Department banned the city's most popular drill artists from performing in Chicago due to the increased violence and gang tension. Earlier this year, Chicago artist Y.G. made a movement called Anti-Chirac. Over the 2 months, he made a huge effect in Chicago by getting drill artists involved with his movement to make a change in Chicago.
Chicago's favorite nerdy, Y.G. Founder Anti-Chirac.
Kay Valentine from Chicago, Illinois, and I'm a hip-hop artist.
Grass, yellow tape, bloody streets, black complected, solo shorties, parents absent, harlot soldiers, souls neglected. Life is something you cannot buy back. Anti-Chirac.
It affected it because people that's not from here, they don't know nothing about Chicago. They're like, oh, it's nothing but violence there. It's bad. You know, you mixing Chicago with Iraq. Iraq is, you know, where people die daily, you know, by the second.
I don't think the term is positive. You know, it's nothing positive about all the deaths.
It's giving us the bad rep that we really don't want.
It makes it more dangerous. Like, people don't want to come to Chicago.
So people looking at that like, you know, I don't want to go there, call it Chirac.
Because they afraid they gonna get shot.
I don't think that the fact that that term is used is the reason for the deaths. You know, I think it just represents them.
People that's naive to the situation, that don't know what's going on, they're like, oh, no, we can't be a part of that.
It doesn't bother me, you know, because them being outside, they're just going by what they see on the media, you know what I mean? They're outside looking in, so it doesn't bother me.
I mean, I don't feel any type of way. You know, I just say I'm from Chicago. I'm not from Chirac.
I feel offended at times because some of the people be like, do you know, like, Chief Keef?
I don't really get wrapped up in the ignorance, you know, because they don't know what's going on.
Not when they ask questions, but when they make assumptions. When they ask questions, that's like they're in need of information. When they just make assumptions, it's like they just assuming that they know. So
no, I don't feel disrespected at all because I'm more on a positive level. So, you know, with the positivity comes matureness. So I'm way more mature.
We're not referring to Chirac as Chicago, but it's really Chicago. I don't mind typical questions asking like about Chicago, but when it's referring to Chirac, it's irrelevant. There's no need for it.
Sometimes I feel disrespected depending on what they asking.
No, not really, because like I'm not the one that's out there doing it, you feel me? It's just other people. That's how I look at it.
Been a double murder, been a couple shootings. Dropping bodies in a couple ways. Abandoned children cause they daddies dying. Mamas bury sons every couple days. Know some newlyweds think you're moving here, but they visit here, not a couple
doesn't help Chicago. It kind of breaks Chicago.
I don't think it's the word itself.
Because our local artists are actually coming up because of the term.
And I think it's more an issue of taking action more so than vocabulary.
More people want to study about Chicago.
Makes us look bad.
But I don't think it's anything positive about that word.
Can't really help at all, to be honest. I mean, people gonna think how they think in a way.
It seems to have, like, I did an interview with the Sun-Times newspaper a couple weeks back, and the lady who interviewed me, she had did some research, and she said she found that the people, you know how you hashtag, they hashtag the word Chirac like almost 500,000 times compared to anti-Chirac was around 2,000 or something times. So the word is spreading, you know, people are, so I don't think the word can actually destroy Chirac, but it's just like a positive message can spread, and you know, action can be taken, negative messages can spread too, and I think it's spreading, but we trying to stop that. So.
Not one was raised at the funeral when they pulling up enemies and they showing up. When I looked up, I was shook up. My dead daddy's body, y'all swollen up. Nothing is new, just a different day. Same reckless killing, different face. Excited, addicted to violence.
I don't like the term. I mean, I'm not against this. It's just a word.
Anybody gonna say something or make up a name nowadays. So whatever's catchy on a song or media or anything that draws attention, people gonna react to it or copy it.
I'm from Chicago, you know, not Chirac.
I don't really think too much on it. Like, you know, I just named my movement that. I don't say it, nor do the people around me say it. So, like, we don't even really, you know, we don't really bring it up unless I'm like signing it on a paper. But I put anti in front of it though. So
It's just a name, you feel me? Other people take it too serious, but it's just a different name of Chicago.
The term Chirac is ridiculous because, like, why give it a name like Chirac when it's trying to represent a Chicago as well as Iraq? Chicago is Chicago. I don't see no point in calling it Chirac. Just because of gang violence, assaults, robbery, if they're trying to refer to that, like, it makes no sense. It's just Chicago in general.
Teens came up with this word because of ignorance.
it starts with the parenting, because if you're raised right, and like me, I was like raised a different way. So like I'm not trying to go like what everybody else is doing. I'm kind of on the left field of things. So yeah, it starts with the parenting.
Parents are becoming parents so young that the children are like raising themselves. But the reason the word came about, the true reason, is because of the killings.
Nowadays, society's changing. Evolution changes everything. As time changes, people come up with new ideas, which change the way they think of stuff.
They ain't had nothing else to do.
Because they don't know any other way. They haven't been taught, they haven't been shown. Their examples are in the streets as well.
Someone's in their family that they look up to, kind of gave them the, I guess, inspiration to do it.
Communication could solve a lot of problems, just effective communication.
All it is nowadays is it's gang related. Like, as gang fight for territory, gang fights for rights, it kind of revolves around that because they're fighting to be the top dog. Like, proving they have a gun doesn't mean anything. It just shows their threat.
They punks. They don't know how to fight. Anybody can pull a trigger.
Because I feel that they're trying to find another way around solving the problem.
Take a real man, and get knocked out and get right back up. Want to keep fighting.
Nowadays, it ain't fighting, fell hands. It's always a gun.
They haven't been taught that, so they get angry, shoot you, and your problem gone.
They ain't probably ain't got no daddies.
Make a name of yourself, trying to be that person, trying to act tough.
Part of this, hit your motherfucking target, bitch. So fed up, don't want to talk no more. Up when the park is down the street and a group of adolescents can't walk no more. Fear and expiration from with no patience on no future aspiration, no spark.
I think so many people embrace the term Chirac because it's popular to do so.
It's catchy, and when it's in a song, you like it. So it sounds good, you're gonna start liking it.
With the music and everything, it's real popular right now. Chicago's getting a lot of spotlight because of the violence.
They embrace it because it kind of became a part of the culture.
It's being glorified in the music.
Like every year it's a new wave, or every 6 months it's a new wave. This new wave is Chirac.
And some people just don't know any other way.
So people, they just trying to ride that wave, but I got people riding my wave now though.
Makes them feel big and bad, I guess.
Just makes no sense of embracing it.
Yes, I think teens have a huge effect on the term Chirac.
That's how it kind of spread it out anyway, through the media and YouTube and stuff.
Because they're the main ones making the music, listen to the music, promoting the music.
They definitely have a big effect on it because that's who's using it. You don't hear an adult say, I'm from Chirac. You hear the kids, maybe like, I say, and it's sad, like 11 and up. Man, it's real sad. But yeah, that's just what it is.
Because it's still Chicago, it's just, renamed it just to, make it seem better, but it's really not. Everybody's still doing the same thing. Take the guns off, it ain't gonna help. Take the drugs off, it ain't gonna help. It always gonna be robbing still going on, stealing.
How can we change drill music?
We can try doing more community stuff to get people out of gang violence.
These are good questions.
Try to get them on a new path to understand that not everything's is worth killing.
For the art, I don't make drill music, but for the artists who do, it's like they're speaking from their perspective. Some of these people are really in the streets. That's what they see, that's what they know. That's the only way they know to convey a message. What I could suggest is maybe, speaking about it, but also speaking about making a change or how you want to eventually remove yourself from that lifestyle.
Can't change it. Cannot change drill music. Because it's more drill artists than positive artists. But you got a lot of drill artists that actually support the anti-Chirac. They support me, so they support what's going on. So yeah, like a lot of the drill artists, they want to be positive. They just scared on how people gonna look at them.
Can't change drill music. Drill music always gonna be about, real stuff. That's life. You talk about it. Stealing, killing, and drug dealing. That's what people live by. So
we gotta change ourselves first. You gotta change those. You gotta change the way you view things.
Man, that's a good question. Sometimes when I think about it, it can be overwhelming because it's not one of us can do it alone. It has to be a concerted effort, like from everybody.
Like it ain't gonna happen overnight.
Prayer, I believe in prayer, and just starting with yourself, trying to put a positive message out there, and eventually, just like everything else spread, this person will catch on, then these people will catch on, then hopefully,
Like with me, like when I first started this, it was hard. Like wasn't nobody rocking with me. Now you got a lot of people rocking because now they're starting to lose people. People, you got to see the bigger picture, and then that's when everything's gonna change. When you see the bigger picture, it's bigger than us, way bigger.
All the teams can probably come together in a way.
Be more involved, probably.
In my opinion, there ain't no change.
We can make a change by joining anti-Chirac. It came about April 16th, 10 o'clock in the morning. I just woke up and just wanted to do something different. Anti-Chirac is all about positivity, unity, and growth. I'm a real positive person, so I just I'm giving the city back what it gave me, nothing but love. And I'll be participating in the Bud Billiken. I'll be actually leading the Bud Billiken.
Who should be to blame for the way Chicago teens turned out?
I don't really think anyone should be blamed.
Parents, I think the bulk of the responsibility is with the parent. Once you're a teenager, you know right from wrong as well. So you interact, how you carry yourself as a person, that starts in the home.
Honestly, it could be anyone.
Nobody should be blamed. We should just figure out more solutions. Stop blaming. Figure out more solutions to problems.
Who should we blame? Let me start right there. Mamas and daddies for one. The color of our skin, that's two. Where we live at, that's three.
The violence in Chicago is raising, and outsiders such as Worldstar, Vice, and others are making documents about Chirac. Those documents are getting millions of views, and people outside of Chicago are watching, may think it's cool. But in reality, it's just making the situation worse because the people are glorifying the term. The term Chirac is destroying Chicago. The only way it will end if us as Chicagoans take a stand and fight against the word. And for the people exploiting the term for the sake of entertainment and to gain an audience, they should help towards resolving the problem. I'm Tamaya Metlock, and I'm from Chicago, and I'm here to take a stand.
She say cold die. She's so anti-Chirac.
I'm so anti-Chirac. I'm so anti-Chirac. I'm so anti-Chirac. I'm so anti-Chirac. I'm so anti-Chirac. I'm so anti-Chirac. I'm so anti-Chirac. I'm so anti-Chirac. I'm so anti-Chirac. I'm so anti-Chirac. I'm so anti-Chirac.
It's a cry for help. We look at violence like we stealing and killing and shit. We taking stuff from each other, and ain't nobody really trying to work for nothing. We working by grinding. We still kill. That's just the way of life now.
I'm 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 1
shootings in Chicago are up 176%, with 47 shootings in the first 5 days of 2016 compared to last year's 17 shootings, say police.
Revenge. Like God said, man, forgiveness. Ain't nobody got no forgiveness out here, so you feel me? They feel like motherfucker took their homie, they gotta go back and take somebody else's homie. And then it's gonna, you feel me, it's a cycle. It's gonna go on for that.
Man, I'm gonna give y'all rules to the streets in Chicago, man. One of my homies said, rule number 1, streets ain't safe, don't be dumb, wake up and get money and guns. The ops ain't no none, but if they catch you, they got one. Slugs hit your back, X hit your front.
That ain't gonna stop, like, it's bogus. You can't stop something that's gonna keep going on from generation to generation.
I have personally been affected by violence. I've been just traumatized, people getting shot in front of me, people getting shot next to me, behind me.
Violence is taking over Chicago. That's why our murder rate is so high. So many people think it's cool, and then like the people, that's gang members that try to get out that life and stuff, people tell them like, why? Like, we your real friends. We the only people you got. We done did so much for you when you was in the gang, so why leave now? And people that's not in gangs, they get affected by it because they might be in the wrong place at the wrong time. They can't help where they live. They can't help where they gotta go to school.
It's a lot of anger built up inside of people, and I think they take to the streets and find that it's okay to kill people, and it's not. I grew up in a neighborhood where there was a lot of gang affiliation going on, and I thought it was cool to do the same thing. And what they got me was, they killed my brother. It kind of affected me a lot, and I wanted to go through violence too, but I knew that wasn't the way up.
The violence will never stop, personally. I can't stop it. You can't stop it. It's the people. It's the people in Chicago. They gotta lead. Somebody gotta lead the path to show people in Chicago the right way to do it, not just kill.
It's sad. Like, we got babies getting killed every day. We got the babies dying quicker than the elders, and it's just the world backwards. Like, if I could change it, I'm trying to finish school, probably open up a seminar to help young men and women try to better themselves, second chances, third chances, and just help us get it together, try to be an inspiration to Chicago.
Hey, I'm talking. Hey, he talking about that video, motherfucker, got giant crew. Hey, we got smoking shit. We don't let that control. Hey, he talking about, we got everything.
Garfield Park is made up of 20,925 residents. Some of the neighborhood schools are Al Raby, Delano, and Leaf Arison. Humboldt Park is made up of 65,587 residents. Some of the neighborhood schools are Roberto Clemente, Von Humboldt, and Chopin. These are only 2 neighborhoods that contribute to Chicago's growing gang issues.
Hi, my name is Avery, and I live in Humboldt Park, and this video is about how gangs affect our life.
Gang violence does have a huge impact on my neighborhood because in my hood, if you walk around with your head cocked on the wrong side, you'll have like 30 people on your back.
People may get intimidated by them. It gets the neighborhood hot, and kids can't play freely, and you never know what's gonna go on today or the next day.
This area is notorious for gang activity. Walking down Balcita towards Tallman Avenue, I'm always on high alert because I never know when someone can stop me for thinking I'm a gangbanger. This area is formerly known as T-Dub by the gangbangers.
How does the presence of gangs in your neighborhood affect you?
It doesn't necessarily affect me, but I believe that it affects the kids.
The kids can't go outside to play because, parents are nervous because of what will happen. So something to go down. You know, so I think it affects the neighborhood as a whole because parents are more leery of their children, and they can't go outside and enjoy the summer. It's a constant panic, if you will.
The gang violence in my neighborhood of Garfield Park has a huge effect on the residents. The neighborhood has become increasingly dangerous due to the feudings over gang territory. The gang population in my neighborhood is involved in illegal activities in order to make money.
I grew up around gang activity all my life, so I'm familiar with it. I think that gangs have such a huge effect on all the people of the community, whether you have friends who are affiliated or you are more aware of your surroundings. These are the feelings that everyone in the Humboldt Park community has experienced.
What do you believe attracts youth to joining gangs?
Well, they may think it's cool. They may think it's fun, running around and doing stuff, crazy stuff like that. But it could also lead them to jail or to a bad path.
What attracted me towards the gang was my brothers, my granddad, my daddy. Like, I just see them like they'll take group pictures and then just throw up signs and stuff, and I like wonder like what is they throwing up, because the only sign I know was a peace sign. That's the only sign I knew. But then like I seen like how they was just always in groups. No matter where they went, they was always in groups, and they was like so that they showed so much respect towards each other and loyalty, and like I just wanted to become a part of it.
I figured out a way to rise above it. I don't follow people, I actually try to be a leader. I know a lot of people from Humboldt Park who gangbang, but I just simply don't fall into the stupid stuff that they do. I actually want to be something in life. I don't want to just sit around and waste my life on a corner doing nothing and start doing drugs and fall in with bad influences and stuff. I want to influence people to do better.
I plan on going to college and getting a decent job, and for those people who are in gangs, like, get out of it while you can. The longer you're in it, the harder it gets for it to come out.
Even though I come from the background that I do, I can prove to other people that the stereotypes about the area are not true.
What's your emergency?
We need help. Someone just got shot.
Ma'am, just calm down. Can you please repeat that?
Someone just got shot.
Is the shooting still occurring?
The shooter ran away, but the guy is still on the ground.
Okay, ma'am. What is your location?
I'm at 201 South Griffin.
Okay, help will be on the way shortly.
Please hurry.
In 2007, 35% of teens nationwide reported that they knew someone who had been shot. By May 6th of last year, there were 36 Chicago public school students shot. Gun violence not only affects the victim, but also family, friends, and everyone that knows the victim. Say no to guns.